Some more serious news now, and the investigation into the tragic disappearance and murder of Jill Meagher has captivated the nation. Today it was revealed how police were able to make an arrest so quickly. It was the humble mobile phone.
Just 48 hours after the September 22nd disappearance of Jill Meagher, even as Melbourne was still reeling from the mystery, police had already uncovered the most vital thread of evidence they would need to bring her accused murderer before the courts. Jill Meagher's mobile phone details. Vodafone records show that at 4:24 a.m, Jill's phone left the Brunswick area where she disappeared. As her phone moved north from cell tower to cell tower, police were able to work out that the vehicle she was in travelled along a tollway. A cross-check of vehicles using the tollway at the time led police to one of their prime suspects, Adrian Bailey. Then it was just a matter of running a similar check on Bailey's phone. The matching journey paints a chilling picture of Jill Meagher's final movements towards her shallow grave.
Police are using smartphones to actually not only track the movements of people but also correlate that information with the evidence that they already have. But if you actually get the handset itself, you actually get a whole lot more granular detail about where the handset's been, the calls that have been made from it, and even the things that have been deleted on it.
In another high-profile murder case, accused killer Gerard Baden-Clay told police that he went to bed at 10 p.m. on the night of his wife's murder. But the court has heard that data from his mobile phone shows it was plugged in to be charged at 1 a.m. on the same night.
Police have actually used these smartphones in a lot of cases to actually solve really complex problems with movements and alibis and things like that. It's really high-tech policing, but it's also really clever policing.
It was in the 1990s that DNA profiling created a revolution in crime fighting. In 2013, is the treasure trove of potential evidence in the smartphones in our pockets doing the same thing.
For his expertise, we're talking to internet and technology commentator Still Garian. Still, paint us a picture. How much information is being generated and stored by our phones and telcos that police can use when investigating a crime?
Well, yeah, boatloads is the answer. I mean, it's more. Every time a new app goes onto your smartphone or we have just a faster mobile phone data link, then there's just more things happening and more things being recorded. So the basic stuff is, you know, who you called and when, who you sent an SMS message to and so on. But also where you were, and that's the important stuff. Your location is being tracked by your mobile phone. And all that can be sort of cross-correlated with information the police get from elsewhere.
If we look at the Jill Meagher case, and it's so hard to hear the details of this case, but it was said in court that Adrian Bailey went to great lengths to cover his tracks, but yet he had her phone with him, he was, you know, watched by CCTV. Do you think criminals aren't aware necessarily now of the evidence that they're leaving behind?
Well, you know, criminals are in the same boat as anyone else. Not all of them are deeply technically sophisticated about this stuff. And even stuff that's erased from your phone, unless you do a kind of full military-grade, multi-stage erasing procedure, even erased data can be recovered.
Now, mate, it was not that long ago where DNA profiling was started happening, and then now we've got smartphones and information technology getting criminals. Well, what's next in crime fighting? What next will the police be able to use?
The next step is predicting the future. So we're really talking the Minority Report scenario, future crime. That's looking at all of the real-time data about what's happening and being able to predict when someone's movements are looking suspicious. And combine that with this massive improvements in facial recognition technology. So it really is now at the point where once you start putting high-definition cameras through the centre of cities, it would just track you as you went from camera to camera and raise an alert when you suddenly went off camera.
Well, it's clear that Dave's going to behave himself now. Still, thanks for your time.
My pleasure, Charlie.
We're going to be back after this. Don't go anywhere.